Hi everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello everyone.
Hi everyone.
Hello.
Good
Afternoon.
afternoon.
Hello,
Good
Evening.
afternoon.
Hey, everyone
Good
say
afternoon.
hi.
hello,
Good afternoon.
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 Okay, so good afternoon everyone. So we will have our monthly meeting for June 2021, and the agenda we have today. First thing, we have the tutorial by Mr. Kenny Fong. He's going to talk about exploring insect macro world. And number two, we have member sharing by Mr. James Tan. He's going to talk about his experience winter in Yellowstone National Park. And finally, we have our guest speaker, Mr. Fu Seibun. He'll be talking about photo contest tips from the judges. So without further ado, let's move on to our first agenda, which is tutorial by Mr. Kenny Fong. So we welcome.
All right. Thank you. Okay. Can I share the screen?
Yeah, sure. You can start sharing your screen now.
Because okay. 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 Good afternoon. Let me introduce myself. I'm Kenny. So the speaker for today, the teams exploring the insect microworld. So let me share with you my journey to taking up the interest into the insect micro photographer. So I still remember during the COVID pandemic, time has been challenge for everyone last year. Last year, I think starting about I think during March lah. So before that, I have participate one of the workshop, so which organized by the Olympus and also YL Graphy. So there's one of a visionary instructor they call Mr. Ken Woon, who is specializing in the micro photographer. So they also award as a top 35 micro photographer in the international competition. So in the past 2 years. So as the beginner like me, this was a opportunity to learn how to take capture inside micro photo. Even I have unused so-called micro lens, which I was keep in my dry box for some time. So from my learning I've gained a better understanding about the basic setting of my camera. What equipment do I need when I should go and hunt insects in the park or forest? And also what time is the best time to look for them, or during the MCO one, I'm not being able to going to travel freely or work. So I have a lot of time in hand that has given me a good opportunity for myself, stay at home to capture a tiny or even a average big or size of insect. So from my garden or even a courtyard. So most of my discovery is just a spider, dragonfly, ants, bugs, which were usually within my house compound. So I share you some of the thing I taken. This is before I will participate for the micro photographer workshop during March 2020. Okay, this is my guest during MCO time. So this I think everyone you might have in your house lah, so you can see that. So okay, before that I'm talking about camera setting. So what is the basic kits or equipment that we need for insect micro photographer? So okay, so the first is you want to get a correct micro lens. So in the market, I think they have a brand like own brand, even some of the other brand. So by doing that, you have to make sure that you select the appropriate lens to capture your image that you deserve. So without doubt, not all the lens can capture through micro lens. Through micro image. The best option for shooting close-up of wildlife is a dedicated micro lens. This is what I show to your guy. This is one of range, and also this another range like Rikino, Sanyong, and Tamron and Sima on Laoya. So they are convenient and easy to use. So they can be provide a maximum reproduction. The ratios can be a 1:1. Even they can greater lens can increase to like 2 times to 5 times or high magnification when you're shooting for the further away or close up to the subject. So another affordable alternation is by adding the fielder. So you have a extension tube. You can get a close-up lens like Nizi. Even what I'm using is a Rhinox DCR 250. 250. So when I use the Rhinox DCR 250, just stack up filter. Wherever I found the object very tiny, I just stack on my lens. I can get as close as possible to the subject. So there might have some quality loss, but depends how we control the setting to achieve back the result lah. So okay, the secondly, why do we need a diffuse your light? The most effective way you can achieve the cleanest possible image with your last step of fields is by using artificial light thing. Just a light, the flash lah, the speed light or flash gun. So however, the direct light from your flash until will introduce specular light and cast a harsh shadows. So this is a primary reason why we need a diffuser for your micro photographer. So how to get or design your diffuser is useful to think of your final diffuser layer as a light source. So not on the actual flash head. So similarly, when we are using a flash indoor, then do people bounce their light off to the white wall or ceiling? Using the same concept, your quality of light is improving as the relative size of the light source has been increased. With this in mind, you will be able to better design and get your diffuser in relation to which area need a bit of light, or you might create a more depth of field in your images. So okay, this is the next this is a flash so-called flash unit and the diffuser. So depending on what kind of flash you are using, can be a speed light. Here's a photo I show is some is a ring flash. This is a twin wire or wireless off a camera. So okay, this will reflect how you diffuse your light and ultimately how your image will look. So you don't spend thousands of dollars on the flash. This is what I'm talking about this. So I will spend a good year using is less than 200 ringgit. The DIY diffuser from Valve. This is the right diffuser I get from some of other friends on that. So talking about the speed light, the most kind of flash general, it can be a high output and simple see on your camera hot shoe. So with this setup, the light only travel in one direction. There is nothing much you need to think about beside the flash output and getting a setting right. So the light reflect your object will look more nature and is much off deserved. If you are getting a ring flash, I never try use before lah. So I tend to stay away from the ring flash due to I think complexity of the designing. The diffuser has a flash simply too close to the subject sometimes. If so the flash emit light around the lens may not have enough surface area for the light to spread out. So while the twin wire or wires of a camera flash, it given you a more control over your lighting around and access to different angle. This will be the benefit if you understand three-point line to achieve the certain result. I would not recommend beginner or to utilize off the camera off until you really get to know the technique and all the basic right. So okay, this is the I come to the personally I'm using Olympus OMD. So before that, before I will do my own setting, so I can customize the setting made to my C1 or my camera modes. So talking about my camera setting, there's no magic formula or setup. There will be look for every subject. So you never need to choose your camera setting. Depends on the subject or level of magnification, its surrounding, and the result of the subject. So however, it's essential that you are in control of the depth of field. So you will recommend I select the menu mode behavior. So I should decide what magnification I need before I shoot. So the smaller the inset, the larger the magnification that I need. Most of the time, my magnification I just set to 1:1. So for the focus type, I usually set on auto focus. Unless you might shoot in the menu focus based on the subject magnification better as indicated on your lens. So usually you should also turn on your focus picking and set the picking color to make sure you get the object in focus. So another like metering. So normally I set on the either spot or central weight. So it gives you a flexibility in how you expose your images. That's why then next to be a white balance. I typically set between 4000 to 4004K to close to the nature to the inset color. Okay, next will be ISO. Usually I set on 200. So personally, I like to set manually increasing it until achieve the speed required. Rather than I just depends on the auto ISO. So I come to the apertures. I would typically setting between f8 to f18. Normally I just set in f16. So the closer to the subject, so the larger the magnification you need. The thinner the inside is, a smaller aperture is needed to maximize. So to capture the depth of field. So come to the shutter speed. Okay, I usually either you can set to 1 to 80 or to the maximize. Normally I will try a few lah. Depends of the your light and also your object is. So the picking normally I on when if let's say you are trying to doing a focus menu. Of course, some of the I think the mood setting from my camera is like face priority is off lah, because it's not a people, it's an insect. So okay, and then the shutter mode I will set on sequential low 5 fps. Then images normally I set two-way. One is a super large super fine and also the raw file, raw format. Okay, my camera I have a image stabilization now. That's why I set on auto. Then the picture mode definitely will be in nature. Then my another features from my camera is a live light boost. I will set on one. So and another like talking about the fast setting. So I will adjust manually from the power output. Depends like a 1:1, 1:2, or 1:2, or 1:4, or even 1:8, etc. Which the shutter speed depends what the subject you want to deserve lah. Okay, to sum up, inside micro photographer is a physical challenging to me. So I sometimes I need to stand, squat, or even do anything in any position to get my shot. So meanwhile, I also need to learn how to engage with the insect and try to approach them with my slow motion. And it's take a lot of time and practice when you are find a new specimens or insect. So exploring to the wildlife insect micro world is more closely will give you a fresh perspective. So if you have never done so before, it's a good time swap your telephoto for the close focusing lens and try out the micro photographer. So okay, the lastly I just share some of the some of the photo that I taking within this whole year. So this is a beaded. This is one of my correction. Here's a spider. Another fish or spider. There's dragonfly and themselves fly. So this is mantis. This is called a plant hopper. This is a accession bud. From the first I think this one I taking at the Max Hill 太平山嗰度. Then some I taken this at the Bukit Rimbang, I think Kerinci. Some this is at my house, the right one. Okay, that's a true bud. I believe you have seen this some in the park lah. Okay. So this is my another collection for the robot flyer. So different insect, they have different technique and setting to capture. So okay. Thanks everyone. This is my sharing. Any question?
Yeah.
Any question on this?
Yeah. Thanks, Kenny. Yeah, I
Yeah.
just saw a question from Abby.
Where I
asking.
see the question of that?
Yeah. It's in the
Chat.
Yeah, it's in the chat.
check.
He's asking, do you advise the classic FD macro lens with adapter?
Sorry.
Yeah.
I
Any question?
can't.
B.
Where question this?
It's in the chat.
I
Advise
don't. s-
the classic FD macro lens with adapter.
The F. Sorry. The
Evan, repeat your question again.
Yeah.
I think Kenny
yeah, I can't hear.
can't hear.
Oh yeah. The question is, do you advise using the classic FD macro lens with adapter? I think the classic FD is I think it's the Canon lens, is it?
Oh, I'm not so familiar to other brand actually. You mean the classic FD?
Yeah, yeah.
FD lens.
Yeah, that's what I saw from the chat room.
To the with the what they call it?
I think it's the Canon lens, is it?
Oh, I'm not.
Okay. Any other questions?
Yeah, I'm not very specialized to other brands of lens that better able to capture it. I know that some of their just a general lens that what we can able to get a macro photographer. You are
I see.
talking about very specific on the brand or even the body. I think general most of their I think body lah. Not the issue is most the important is what the lens that you're getting. Some you can using old lens or even you can divert revert back and step up with some of their features. Even you also can get kind of like micro result. So any other question?
Yeah, we got a question from Bowie. He's asking that why do you set the white balance at 4000 to 4005 instead of auto white balance?
Sometimes I know some of the object like insect. I want to get because auto it can't auto to cap the actually the auto is a capture the whole scenery. It's not capture the just specific on the insect body's color itself. That's why the reason why I somehow I be try preferring to specify to set the white balance to the object that you preferring. That's why 4000 to 4004 is quite close to what the object like I mean the insect the color that you can get. Of
I
course,
see.
whatever we actually we taking is with the raw format. Okay, once after when you get a correct setting, definitely some they also need to do some post processing. Like you can use Lightroom or even the Photoshop to enhance to your photos. So that is another technique session to talk about how to do editing lah.
Okay. I see. So actually yeah, this is a question personally from me. The white balance setting is it like sync with 4000 to 4500? Is it also affected by the flash that you're using?
The it would not mean the flash is just output the light to depends of the depth of field you are getting.
I see.
So
All right, then I think we can proceed to the next question. We have one question from JSTN Kwan. He's asking if a jumping spider is always jumping around. So how do you make them stay still?
Which one? The jumping spider.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, jumping. Okay, jumping spider. Actually, you actually need a patient to try to engage the spider. Sometimes normally they will jump there and jump at time they will jump. So I have to. That's why reason why when catching the jumping spider, I normally will set for autofocus. When normally they will jumping spider will normally they hide under the leaf or even the trunk. That's why you have to try to get any position or like any angle to try to get it done. This is what my personal experience on that. So this about this for
So have to be patient and try different angles.
for you're taking a micro photograph. Definitely you need a patient time to. First thing you have to do research first, which part or even which area you need to go and discover. So you must do some research. Then of course in our area definitely a lot of also micro shooter. Definitely they also have organized a group of people and go every like weekend go to this park and even go to this another forest. That's why I also have some opportunity to join them. So that's why you have to learn. If you really like micro, you have to, no matter how, you have to learn to explore explore every time if you got time to do that. So I'm still learning. I still need to explore more and more. So hopefully the MCO try to live up lah. That's why we can I really want to travel out and get more and learn more.
I think previously Pspj we also do macro photography shootings. Last time we had
I remember last year I think our president also invite Pspj. I also attend the meeting. So Pspj also I think they also organize at Bukit Tinggi, right?
Yeah, true. Last year we had it at Bukit Tinggi.
So that one I missed the opportunity lah. I can't make it. So that time also I also quite impressed that their Pspj their collection or even their job what they are doing. So what for me normally some certain insect you need to really go deep to the deep forest or even have to go to the high hill or even any places. So I also another opportunity for me to do hiking lah. That's why when I went to like the nearest place like Bukit Jalil. Normally I do hiking last time. When I take up the micro, I will bring along my camera because my camera I try to bring as light weight as possible. That's why reason why I get Olympus because our body is small, the lens small, and even I get the diffuser even to suit to your body size and lens. So I can carry just carry a small bag to bring along this. Then first thing you might try not to bring along is repellents, mosquito repellent. If you use a repellent, you spray around your body. Definitely, when you engage the insect, they want to run away. So try to not to. That's why you have to wear a long sleeve. Even if depends on what some certain area or maybe the better you have to get you wear the uh, yellow boot lah, if you possible lah. Because some certain area you might find very dangerous, like you have a snake or whatever. I met before one snake in Bukit Kara. Actually, my purpose at the time I went there, I actually want to look for the mantis. But that's why I can't. But funny, you can you can get a surprise that you can look for some of the snake. I think green snake, not a poison one. So I also have tried to taking it lah. So that's why doing micro inside photographer, you can a lot of surprise lah. Every time you go to explore the area. So this is my experience lah. So any
Right.
other?
Yeah, thank you for the answer. And so we have another like 2 more questions from Aditu. So you're using an Olympus camera, right?
Yes.
So Adi is asking normally what is the focal length that you are using? 50, 90 mm or 100 mm?
Okay, micro actually they have one is because if you're talking about Olympus, there's just a 60 mm micro 60 mm using a 60 mm. There also
And
another is 35 mm.
I see.
But normally I use a 60 mm. The one will come with a one-to-one magnification. I think in the market there's really recently there's one is 2x1. 2 times its magnification is allowed. I believe there's other brand and also the cater for the Sony, even Nikon or even Canon. So but to me, one-to-one, if you want to go further, actually you can get the Rhinox DCR 250. It will increase your magnification even to 2.1 or even more. Depends the subject that you are getting. Especially the very tiny insect, you need that. But overall, I think overall, if you use one-to-one, I think it's good enough also. Depends. The most important is the focusing. Normally, I focus. I will use auto focus to focus to one point first. Then later on, I will change set to menu. So menu, then we have the picking. So I make sure the picking color to focus to the insert the eyes, especially the eyes. Like we are taking a portrait, normally we will focus to the people face or eyes. This is important lah. So definitely your image definitely will be very very focused, clear.
All right, thank you for the answer. And one final question from Adi is your diffuser is special order make or
Actually, it's a custom made, not by me lah. I'm getting from my one of my so-called instructor, my guidance. So it's actually visionary from the Olympus. So Mr. Ken Woon. So next time I also can if you want to invite Ken Woon, I think they are represent from Olympus. They might give a very good talk to talking about further about the insect micro. Alrighty.
yeah.
Check.
Any other questions from the floor? Albert or Davy, you have any questions?
No,
I think
not really.
yeah, no question. Yeah, I think Mr. Kenny actually share a lot of good tips for the macro photography. I hope the MCO is over soon, so all the Pspj member can join I mean, maybe a trip or gathering to do the macro shoot.
Yeah, if your members are interested on micro, I might can assist you lah. Yeah,
Kenny,
assist you. Yeah.
any advice for new beginner? I mean, for people who never try macro photography, what is the advice from you when they
Okay,
started?
advice
as-
basically the new beginner definitely you I believe they already have bought the lens. The reason normally the beginner when he buy the camera is not purpose, it's just because of micro. It's just like general. I like to take some good photo. Even yeah, photo like portrait or journal like straight, or even some they like like just buy for photo of traveling lah. Okay, so okay, no doubt they also some people they think they can use their kind of like normal, we call it manual or normal lens to shoot micro. Actually you can't get uh to more to extend to what we call the micro photo itself. So that's why a beginner first thing you have to get a, that's why I mentioned you have to get a proper lens. The proper lens, especially is micro lens if you can afford to that. Another is okay the basic setting lah. Because of beginner, actually for micro is a good time for you to practice the setting the of your camera. It's a good time for you to learn the setting for not only setting like the aperture, how you set the aperture, even shutter speed and even ISO. So definitely you will improve to your how you handling your camera. So the another is a diffuser lah. Diffuser, I think the market they have many type. To most of them is a suit to your body lens and also your flash gun that you are using lah. I think the flash gun is not a very typical. You need to really get this. So long the flash gun is suit to your size of your camera. Normally I want to get lightweight as much as possible because we want to carry and walk a certain kilometer, even especially like hiking. That's why I don't want to carry too heavy gear, climb around, and also to chase like you have to stand or squat or even to chase any position. You have to get a shot. So very tired. That's why reason we go for the lightweight camera.
Okay. So your secret is get lightweight.
This is water. If you travel, definitely like people shooting a bird shooting, definitely yeah lah, depends, very depending lah. What gear your result you preferring. So to me, I just want to enjoy. I don't want to hassle and also get tired after that.
Okay, I think this is good. I think no more questions from the audience.
Yeah,
So,
okay. So
any
thank you very much, Kenny, for the sharing.
Thank you,
Those
Kenny.
are wonderful
Thank you.
photos, and we hope that we look forward to more great photos from you in the future.
we all member.
Yeah.
We all member. Okay.
Thanks,
Yeah.
thanks, Kenny.
Thank
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, so now we will proceed to our second agenda of the day. So we'll have member sharing by Mr. James Tan. So he's going to talk about winter in Yellowstone National Park. So just a brief introduction. Yellowstone National Park is a national park in the US. It has a lot of very unique geologic historical features and also the biodiversity there. So in this sharing, Mr. James Tan will talk about his travels to Yellowstone National Park, and he's going to share the pictures taken there. So we welcome Mr. James Tan.
Hi, James.
Hi, James.
Hi. Now you have to unmute first.
Unmute first, okay?
Okay. We hear you. Yeah.
We cannot
Good
hear you.
afternoon.
Is it? Have I unmuted?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Okay, thanks for giving me opportunity to share with you all and the public about this trip of mine to let me go to this first. Okay, now, wait, sorry. I don't know how to, wait.
I think the other one, just now where you click.
This one?
Next to it.
Oh, better. Okay. Okay. Essentially, what actually happened is that I had the privilege of going to this Yellowstone National Park before the MCO last year. I planned it sometime in 2019. It was one of those national parks that was on my bucket list. So I love to shoot wildlife, and I just like the winter. Malaysia has got lots of hot weather, and it was something which I was looking forward to. So what I did was that I researched on the internet who is the best person to bring me to see this place. And normally what I normally do is that I go and find out from the net, those local people. I've been to Alaska, I've been to Canada 4 times, I've been to Iceland 2 times, and even Antarctica. So I love all the cocoa white places. So there were many what you call operators that bring you to see the national park. Some from UK, some from Canada, some from all over the place. Some from Australia also got, and different parts of Europe. But what I did was that I chose this guy called Dale Franz. He is a local guy, and he has been around for the past 35 years in a small town near the Yellowstone National Park. So I saw his itinerary, and then I said, okay, this is the itinerary that was given to us in the web. So it is essentially about a 7-day trip. So I arrived in Bozeman. I flew in there because I got a 10-year US visa. I want to make full use of it. So after I arrived, I met up. I booked the hotel, and then I met up. I meet him at the group at the airport, and then they took us there. So they took us to the park, because this guy is a local guy, so he knows the in and out of the park. It's not like some fella from outside. So essentially, the trip was this side now. You see this arrow? We stay here one night, and then another night in this town called Gardiner. So the first 3 days was that we explored this area, the mud, the glacier basin, the flats, and so forth. Then after that, the next day, because during winter, this portion, the road is closed. So from here, we spent 3 days. Then we drove all the way here and hit a town called Gardiner, and then we stayed there for another 3 nights. And then from there, we traveled all along here to Cook City, to the southern side. Okay. So if you notice here is that they got this Lama Valley and this, I just picked this picture from the internet. Okay. I chose this picture because I chose this map because the Lama Valley is a very, very beautiful valley. The green one is where the low-lying areas, the plateaus and all this sort of thing. And then the Old Faithful is the most popular, the geysers, the shoot up in the sky, 50 feet, 100 feet sort of thing. I'll show you some pictures afterwards, okay? So the first few days, we travel from this side to cover this area. Then after that, cover this whole area. So this, the dark brown one is the mountains, okay? So, okay, next. Now, this is one of the yellows, what you call the Medicine River, okay? So the ducks along the river, this thing is going too fast. Let me stop this first. I just want to, maybe this, okay. You don't mind, can you see this? This I can control it better, okay? So here was all the ducks in the river. There were a lot of, the thing about Yellowstone National Park is that there's tons of wildlife there. We were busy shooting all the different type of animals. So this was one of them. We stopped by because it is not a normal tour. It was a photography tour by a local photographer. So we stopped, we like it, we just stop for a while and shoot. Okay, this is what you call the fountain pots area. Here there is a lot of geysers, and I saw this tree in the midst of this what you call this geysers, this spring thing, and we were walking along this road. So I thought of this picture. Here you see there's a lot of all these because this whole area, it is essentially a very cauldron. It's a big cauldron of this underground steam thing, you see. So it was very, very beautiful. Then we were stopping, we were walking, and then we see all these very, very unique pictures. This was the fountain flat, the lower geyser basin. So you see all this steaming because underneath is all the volcanic water steam that come out. You see, this area has got the biggest concentration of geysers, you see, and you find lots of this.
James, sorry to interrupt. Can you put to the full screen one?
Come again?
Can you change to full screen? Not this one, the other one. Let's do it. This one. Thank you.
Okay. So this one was the photograph I took. The photograph I took, whereby this one is not mist. It's actually the steam coming out from the underground thing, the hot bed thing. See? So this one was along the western side. Okay. So I saw the steam, and then I saw this is a very pretty picture, and then we took a lot of photographs of it. And then now, okay, this is one of the shot of the bison, you see. Oh, sorry. You see, this bison is the main animal in this whole Yellowstone National Park. This one, can I slow down? Can I slow this? Because it's going too fast. Can I slow it down? Hey, David.
Yeah, sure. You can slow it down.
How do I slow it down?
You just press escape.
Use alternate F5. You can manual switch to next slide.
Alternate?
F5.
F5. F5. Okay. Okay. Better. Okay. I won't go back first. I'll go back. Go back. I want to go back first. This one is just
sure.
No, James, you put on auto run already. You control it manually.
You stop the auto run. You go back to the normal PowerPoint screen, and then you use alternate F5.
Go to slideshow. Then?
No, not slideshow. From your PowerPoint, you alternate F5.
Okay, here.
Alternate F5.
Based. Oh, sorry. Alternate F5. Okay.
Then you can manual switch.
Okay, I can't seem to control it. Sorry about this. Oh, I can't. This one will be better now. Reading view. Is it better? This one better. Okay. This one will be better lah. Okay. At least that I can control lah. This is the Madison River. Okay. How do I slow this thing down?
James, you don't put on auto run, James.
Not on the auto run from the screen. You alternate F5, and then you click on the picture. It will go to the next screen.
Okay, sorry. Okay, I go to this one.
You click on the screen. It will go to the next slide.
James, can I do setting on your screen?
Okay. Can please. How?
Don't use the timing.
Huh?
Where you want to start here? This one?
This one. This one. Okay. Now.
Okay now?
Can. So how do I go to the next? Okay.
Is it up and down your keyboard?
Cannot.
Or left, right?
Cannot. Sorry.
Try again.
Okay. Cannot.
Try this. Maybe
No.
use the arrow.
This one can. This one can.
Okay.
Okay. I go back first. Okay. I just go back first. Is this autoplay? Okay. Coming back to this. Okay. Now, here, this one was the photo I took of this landscape because the landscape there is there's a lot of open space and some trees. And underground is all the hot burning sulfur thing, you see. So, and then we got lots and lots of bison here, tons of them, okay. So this bison was under this glacier thing. So, because they also want to look for some water thing, okay. So next, okay, this is another picture. Because this whole area, there's a concentration of don't know how many, few hundred of all these gaseous things, you see. So I took this picture, and then you can see this the hot air that is coming up, from the ground. See, I love this picture very much. I can see like the color, the white and the black, the contrasting. Okay, next. This is another picture of it. So you would think that, hey, this one, is it really hot? It is very, very, very hot. Okay. Now, this is one picture. The tour leader stopped us there, and then we saw this. These are the dead trees along the flat, the mud, the basin thing there. See? So the Fountain Flat Drive. So these were dead trees because underneath there were all the hot water thing, and then there were some dead trees. I saw the what you call the leading lines, and this was probably some bison. They're looking for some food here. Okay, this is another picture with the smoke in between, what you call the steam. The steam in between at the background. Okay. Now this is another one. You see here in this what you call this Fountain Flat area, they have got all these dead trees because the underground, the water is so hot. And then if you notice something here, there is a lot of what you call marks in. Probably the bison or most likely the bison would have trampled here. See? This is another picture of the surrounding area with a small river. Okay. Now, this is the what you call the lower geyser basin, whereby we see the Old Faithful. What I did was that I took a series of probably about 50 photographs of sequential how this Old Faithful actually erupted. Slowly, it erupted like that now. So it shoot up, you see the tree itself is probably about 20 feet. So can you imagine it shoot up almost, say this is 15, 20 feet. So it's you times probably about close to almost 100 feet. So can you imagine how high it shoot up? So we stopped here for an hour and then we wait for it to just shoot up. This one they shoot up every half an hour like that, because under the ground was the hot water. See all the steam that come up. So I follow a sequence of it. Okay. And this one, they slowly erupt. The steam just come up. Okay. So this is another picture. The landscape in the what you call Yellowstone National Park is very beautiful. Here you see the white and the dark. This is the river, where the hot boiling mud is. Then here you have the people walking along the track, because you see what happened is that this area it is actually a very prime tourist area. And during the winter, there are not so many people. Okay, so if you notice, the people here are walking on the tracks here. So they have got like the proper wooden path that you can walk on it. You can spend all the time that you want to take photograph and just enjoy the atmosphere. Okay, so this one is the lower geyser basin. And if you see, I like this photograph because you see the foreground, the background, and then the surrounding. Okay, you see the steam coming up. And this is another picture of the Midway Geyser Basin. The contrast of the color, the reflection. And you see the people over there, they love all these tourist attraction. They build up all these wooden walking path for the people to enjoy. And we spend an hour or two there just to soak in the atmosphere and take in the picture. This is another picture. You see the color of it, the contrast of the white, the black, the brownish thing, you see. Here you have got snow. Here you have got the dead wood, you see. And then here got all the trees, you see, and the blue. And you see all the contrast of the color. This is one picture that I also quite like. And if you see the dark, we call the dark blue thing here, this is where the hot water in the underground comes out. And then because of the salt, you see the color of it in the greenish color. Okay, nice. What you call Upper Geyser Basin. So there is lots and lots of all these the contrast of the snow and the geyser, the hot water coming out from the ground. This is just only a small picture of it. Okay. Okay. The thing about the Yellowstone National Park is that they also have got a few nice waterfall. This is one of them, the Firehole waterfall. We stopped here for about 5, 10, 15 minutes, then we went on. Okay. And the surrounding of the Yellowstone National Park essentially is like that. They got the river. This is the Madison River with the track. This track, the arrow that I'm pointing, It's probably some bison that went to look for food. And if you notice here, the river here, the reflection of it and the steam that comes out of the river from those underground hot water thing. Okay. Next. This scene is repeated along the three major rivers. So you have got all the trees, the pine trees, and some of the trees which are dead. Okay. I took this photograph from the what you call the vehicle that we are traveling to show you that you see here got the trees, here the so-called hills, the river, the Madison River, and then the steam that comes out of it. Then this is another one with the mountain in the background with the trees in the foreground. Now, in this river, you see that there's a lot of wildlife. The bulk of the wildlife in this area is the bison, and then we saw a few ducks floating around. And then the bison, they were just digging in the ground for the grass, whatever grass that they can find. So the ducks swimming around, the picture is quite beautiful. It's all white and black, the contrast of white, black and blue thing. Okay. Now, this is what you call the Lama Valley. As far as you can see, I love this atmosphere whereby I can see some 2 or 3 trees in the center of this whole big white plain. During summer, is being gazed by the bison. See the what you call the mountains in the background and the trees here. Okay, we were driving along the road, the Lama Valley. Okay, now this is the first picture of a fox. The fox was introduced to the National Yellowstone National Park quite a number of years ago, and they roam around. We happen to see one of them. This area has got lots and lots of foxes. Okay. The fellow was walking around. This is the Yellowstone River with the snow on the trees. Another one. This is the fire, another waterfall, a famous waterfall in the Yellowstone National Park. This is another one, another waterfall, another waterfall. Okay, this picture, I like this picture. You see the contrast of the dark brown bison with the trees and with the mist here. See? So it makes a very, very nice picture that you can see the beautiful contrast of the white and the black things. Next. Now, this at the back here was another glacier. So the bison, they are free to roam in the national park. They have freedom. They can go anywhere, and a lot of times they just go on the road, and then we have to give way to them. This is another close-up view of the bison. We see these are until July. So many of them. You see the contrast of it. I think you will probably see this picture in many of the what you call postcards. At the back, you have got what you call glacier, and then the bison walking around. Okay. Now, why I took this was that I love the snow-covered trees besides the river. Here, the trees are not covered by snow. Here, they are covered by the snow. Now, this is what you call the mud flats. Okay. Here you see there is some tracks by the what you call the bison, and the hot water, the steam coming out of this basin. Okay. We stop here for about 20 minutes. Now, this is another picture to behold. You see, this is another what you call the Norris Glacier Basin. They have proper wooden tracks for you to go and walk. They got a small lake here. They got lots of it. So what you notice so far is that literally the whole of Yellowstone National Park has got lots and lots of all these. Okay, here's another one. Okay, and the hot water melts the snow, and then we are walking on the wooden path here. Okay. Now, this is another picture that I quite like of the whole of a big portion of the northern side of the Yellowstone National Park. They got a lot of trees and flat. This essentially is the terrain of the park. Now, this one is the Turpentine Terraces. Here, they have got this hot water flowing down the terraces. Okay. And the Turpentine Terraces, you see what you call the hot water flows through like the small little puddles, small little ponds. Okay. So they call this the Turpentine Terraces. And I like this picture very much. In the midst of all this, you have a tree. You have a tree coming out of it. Okay. It was quite unique that you have got the hot water coming out, and you have got this, what you call tree, sitting right in the middle of the terraces. Now, this is what you call the Blacktail Plateau in the northern side. Okay. The scenery in Yellowstone, the landscape essentially during winter is all white with a scattering of trees. Okay. So we got some trees and some rocks in the foreground, and lots of our friends here, lots and lots of bison sitting around digging for food, digging for the grass under the snow. This is the what you call Yellowstone River. I took this shot when they were walking along the path near the bridge there, with the foreground and the river and the contrast. Now, in the Lama Valley, we saw this bison who was just resting under the tree. He was probably looking for some grass under the trees, under this tree in the midst of all this white. So this is another picture of just a tree right in the middle of the Lama Valley. So if you all see this picture, what you all think about it? Here you have undulating hills, and here you have got the few trees that provide a very, very beautiful contrast of the whole thing. Okay. Now, this picture was taken with a big wide angle lens. Okay. The wide angle lens, the guy lent it to me, and with the cloud formation and with the what you call so-called some trees in the white environment. Here are all the spots whereby the bison have gone through it. So I saw it like coming at me like that. So these are some of the cloud formation with some trees in the background. But overall, it's just white and white, and the contrast of white and black, white and black, white and the animals. Okay, so I saw this. I said I cannot resist it. This is what you call the minimalist photography. You have got this tree right smack in the center of the whole area. You wonder where are the other trees. So this is another one. I love the way that the cloud formation like shooting up from this tree. Okay, like shooting up from here like that. Now, this is also another view of the Lama Valley. And the contrast is there. You got a small river meandering through the valley. And the trees in the background, small little humps in the foreground. And you got all these bison running around. There's thousands and thousands of, this is some of those that we saw. This is the hill, what you call a mountain that is near the Cook City. We drove past the Cook City, we saw this. We stopped for a while. Now, this is what you call the soda butt. Soda butt is like a small mini mountain in the midst of the whole valley. And the landscape is contrast of white and black with some bison floating around. Okay. This is another picture of the soda butt with the looming, what you call a thunderstorm at the back. This is the entrance, the old entrance to the national park. The previous another entrance. In the olden days, they used to use this entrance to come into the park. Now, this is a picture that I captured when we were walking along the road. Then we saw these trees with some stubs and some small branches. During winter, you don't find any green. So the contrast of the different colors is quite striking. Okay. During one of those days, what happened was that we were caught in a snowstorm. So the organizer said, you guys can come down and take some pictures. So I took the picture of this storm, the snowstorm, going through all this valley. This is the Lama Valley. This is the Soda Butt area. You see the river that meanders through the valley. The contrast, there's just so much of this contrast of the black, blue, dark, and the white. So if it is not because of the bit of a brownish, you would think that this is a black and white photograph. So this one, I quite like this picture because this bison, he was covered with snow. He was alone, and this is a small creek. He was just looking for food. If you notice, some of these areas which are white, that means the bison have not been there before. Okay. Now this is another picture of the soda butt. It's like you have got a mini mountain with the foreground. I just love this soda butt. Okay. Besides bison and some of the ducks that we saw, another main what you call animal is the bighorn sheep. Okay, in the mountainous area. So we saw quite a few of them. This is a picture along the Lama Valley, whereby if you see the contrast of the different levels of the contrast, you see the sky in the light blue, white, black, white, black. Here's another picture of the valley. And this is another creek, Snow Creek. This is nothing much. This one, I like this very much. You see, here you have got the the hot steam and the river coming up from there. And besides bison, besides the bighorn sheep, there is, besides fox, you have got some of these crows and eagles. This was one of them that we saw. Now, this one is another eagle. Okay. We took a few pictures of this fella. He was just stationary. And this is the close-up shot of the bison, the eyes. Now this is the owl we saw in the wooded area. The symbol of the America is this what we call the bald eagle. This is the famous American bald eagle. He was sitting there stationary, and all of us were just shooting at him. A few of us. This is another picture of the owl. And this is another bird in the river, a small stream, which I captured. And the bison seems to like to go under the trees to rest. And this is another close-up. I like the fellow's eyes. And the Lama Valley is a very huge valley, and we saw this fellow, this fox, walking around, and we followed him. We followed this fellow, this fox, okay, and he was yawning. They were quite used to visitors like us. And now, why I captured this fellow is this. Here, when we saw him moving quite fast, we followed him, and he must have smelled something. Okay, and we followed him. And then you see that his eyes you notice that his eyes was closed. And now we just tracked him. And this was the shot that I took with the Canon 90D 100-400. Because we were tracking him, then we knew that he was into something. So he jumped up into the air, and went down right down into the snow. Okay. I took a sequence of it. So coming out with a possum. So this was the shot of my trip, whereby the fella jump up right up. I do not know how he smelled the thing. He jump up and you wouldn't believe it that you wouldn't think that there's something right under the snow. No? So he came down, jumped right down inside, deep into the snow, probably about maybe 2 feet. Come out with a possum. Came out and had a nice meal. So it was something to behold, that I managed to capture this whole sequence of shots. We track the fox and managed to capture this. So he took his time to eat. After that, satisfied. And his what you call his walking around the Lama Valley. So it was something to behold. The Lama Valley is has got lots of wildlife. I mean, we were fortunate enough to capture this. This was the so-called highlight of my trip, to capture the fox jumping up to pick up this. So this is another picture of another one. Quite cute. This, if you notice, this one is a fox. Okay, the fox is brownish with this tail like that. The duck, which is light brown. This fella is a what you call coyote. We saw another one. We saw one of them along the track on the way back. So it was a close-up. It was probably about 10, 15 feet. They were not bothered by us. So they travel in pairs. They moved up here. We saw them going up. Probably the nest somewhere there. This is another picture of another bison resting under the tree, and lots of them. Okay, so far we have seen bison, we have seen the owl, we have seen the eagle, we have seen the fox, we've seen the coyote. Now, along the Yellowstone River, near the bridge, we captured this fella running around, whereby he came and say hi to us, hi, and posed for us. This otter, I captured a lot of them, and this one fella, he was going around the water and dipping himself in the water, but looking at us with curiosity, say, hey guys, what are you doing? But I guess they were quite used to visitors like us, taking pictures of them. So, quite imagine staring at us. So this is the Yellowstone River, and if you notice that snow-covered trees, and then you have got the river, the white, the brown, the white on the trees. Quite a beautiful sight. So we have seen otter, we have seen eagles, we have seen owls, we have seen coyotes, we have seen foxes, ducks. Now we see a deer. So the Yellowstone National Park, one of the reasons why I love to go to all these cold places is that I love to shoot all this unique wildlife. And we were fortunate enough to catch hold of this deer looking straight at us in the water, in the river. So he was wading through the river. This is another bison. I like when he faced us, he was literally looking at us. So I had now a bison, this fellow, another walking by the river. His eyes is quite sparkling. Now this is the bighorn sheep on the mountain range. If you notice, what I did was that most of these photographs were taken with my 1DX and the Canon 90D. So I had two cameras, and then I used to try to amalgamate the photographs together. They were also looking for food with all this whatever shrubs that is there. So this guy was digging for the grass. If you notice all this, the grass, whatever grass that is still around, they were just digging for it. So they were not afraid of us. The distance between us and this fellow was probably around 5 feet, 6 feet. It was quite near, but they were not utterly bothered about us. Okay, so this one looks like they were fighting, like confronting each other on the hill slope. Okay, and like locking horns. They were locking horns. Besides, so we have seen most of the type of wildlife, and we saw these fawns near the town. So we were stopping there, and then we just stopped by and took the picture of these fawns. So the background with the backlight, that's it. Okay. So this is my presentation for my trip to Yellowstone National Park. The thing is that we saw lots and lots of wildlife and the unique features of the volcanic water, the steam, the geysers. So it was a full trip led by this guy called Dale Franz, the local guy that brought us around. We sit on a 4-wheel drive to move around. So thanks for listening to my presentation. I guess some of the places I've forgotten about the names because that was more than a year ago. So back to you, Davey. Hello. Hello, Davey.
Thanks,
Hi.
James. Thanks.
Yes, thank you, James. So let us check the question for the audience. We have the question from Abby Tagia. He asked that if the bison roam freely, they don't disturb you. How do you travel within the park?
Okay. The guy that we went with is a local guy. Okay. They brought us in a 4-wheel drive. So you see what happened is that, let me go to this map first. Okay. Let me go to this map. Basically, what happened was that we were driving along this road in the first part, okay, the western part, okay. This road is closed for the winter. This is the Lama Valley, the Blacktail Plateau, and so forth. This road, we came down here. This is where the Old Faithful is. You see this Old Faithful here. So the bison will not come and disturb us. So we were just driving in the 4-wheel drive in the snow truck thing. You see. So it was very, very nice that they will not come and disturb us at all. They are more interested in what? In the grass than us. I hope that answers the question. The thing is that for anybody who wants to go to all these unique places, you go and find a local photographer and then you go with them, because the normal tour group will not bring you to see all these things and let you have the time to absorb in the atmosphere and the environment. Like some of these places, we took our time to walk, to observe and take pictures. This is only a small selection of the flora. I got 3,000-4,000 of them. David, is there any other question?
Let me check. Okay. So far, no other questions. So is this the last slide of you?
Yep, that's all. No, this one is the first few slides now. This was the itinerary that they gave us, but the itinerary was this now. So it was 3 days northern range, 3 days the western side. There are some tour groups that just go on one northern side, some just go on the western side. But this local guy, he brought us to both.
Yeah, I think or where everyone can travel, they probably need this information.
Yep.
I think maybe they can look for you.
Yeah, you can ask them to contact me. This guy, the France, dear France, he's the local guy. Like. Don't go look for some guy from UK or from Canada, but find some local guy.
See, James, we have another question. Patrick asks, how much does this trip cost altogether?
Okay. The cost was about 3,000 US for the tour. Okay. Excluding accommodation, excluding the meals and excluding the flight. So if 3,000 US, the accommodation is probably about something like every night is about $100 odd US. Every night you're looking at about 7 nights for $700 US. Say roughly $1,000 US for accommodation. Food another say, let's say per meal is about per day about $40. Say 7 days, 300 US dollars. Then plus the airfare. The airfare, when I remember I booked, was about 5,000 Malaysian dollars. That's roughly about 1,500 US dollars. So we add it all up, maybe around 15 or 20,000 like that. Roughly around there. But I fully recommend this guy called Dear France. But you all can go, but we do not know when we can travel again. Beautiful place, really beautiful place. I've been to Iceland and never seen something so white like that. So white and so pristine. If those of you who love the what you call minimalist photography, that is the place. The one tree in the middle, a whole white plain, is so beautiful. So we see so much the contrast of the glaciers, the white, the mountains, the animals. Literally, you can literally see so much.
I see. So we have a final question. So getting a visa to US is it a hassle or?
Okay. What happened was that I had a 10-year visa. Okay. So that was a few years ago when I went to US for a course. So they gave me a 10-year visa. So I told myself I better make full use of it. With a 10-year visa, I just go for it.
I see.
So with the 10-year visa, I can go in and out of US no problem until the 10-year expires.
All right. So we thank you, James, for his sharing. Those are very wonderful pictures. And now we shall proceed to the next section, which is our monthly photo contest. All right. So Davey will be.
Interrupt.
Yeah.
Can you
James, can you stop sharing your screen?
Okay. How do I? David, you just Stop it. I don't know how to control it. Sorry. Okay, I just close this. Okay. Okay. Back to you all.
All right, thank you. Okay, so Devi, can you announce the right? So for the monthly photo contest, we have on March 2021, the theme is fruits and monochrome architecture, and on April 2021, our first theme we have animals and birds from our Zoo Negara outing, and the second theme is flowers from Perdana Botanical Garden outing, and for May, we have Hari Raya celebration, free and easy, and also Wesak Day celebration. So on April, the photos are from our outings because we are allowed then. And yeah, on March and May, it's a bit tight, so we have it free and easy with all the like MCO and the restrictions in place. So, all right. Devi, are you announcing the?
You're announcing it's okay.
Okay. All right. So for March 2021, here are the, wait, give me a minute. So these are the shortlisted photos. We for the first team, fruits. So we have Alex Liu, Albert Low, Cho Liang Yong, and for the fruits. And for monochrome architecture, we have Alex Liu Yang Xiong, Albert Low, and this is the winner photo. Congratulations to Cho Liang Yong for winning the first team, which is fruits, and also Albert Low for winning the second team.
Albert, congrats.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Albert.
Congratulations.
Yeah, for April 2021, we have animals and birds as well as photos. These are the shortlisted photos for the first team. We have Long FC, his photo of a hippo, Albert Low, Kenny Fong, Alex Liu Yang Xiong, and PC Lu. So these are interesting shots we had at Zoo Negara. And the second team, flowers, which we had in the Perdana Botanical Gardens. So we have Alan Hui, Kevin Chia, Alex Liu Yang Xiong, Wong Bun Yong, and Albert Low. So we congratulate Kenny Fong for the best photo in the Zoo Negara outing. So it's a very nice photo
Congrats.
of the
Congrats.
tiger. Congrats, Kenny. And
Thank you.
we congratulate Alex Liu Yang Xiong for winning having the best photo for our second team, which is flowers, taken at our Perdana Botanical Gardens outing. So congratulates Alex. So for May 2021, we have free and easy for Hari Raya celebration and Wesak Day celebration. First team, we have Alex Liu, Choi Yan Yi, Albert Low for the Hari Raya celebration. And second team, Alex Liu Yang Xiong again, and William Yap, as well as Albert Low. So congratulations, Albert Low, for the best photo.
Albert,
First team.
congrats again.
Thank you.
And for the second team, congratulations, Alex Liu Yang Xiong, for the Wesak Day celebration photo. Now we shall have photo contest tips from the judges. We have our guest speaker, Mr. Fu Sebun.
Hello,
So,
Mr. Fu.
Mr. Fu will share some
Hi,
tips
hi,
and
hello,
secrets.
everybody.
Hi.
Good afternoon.
Hi, Mr. Fu.
Okay.
Yeah.
Welcome, Mr. Fu.
Welcome, Mr. Fu. The floor is yours.
Glad to have you here again.
Yeah. Okay, maybe you can start the
Edmund, yes, the next slide.
Okay.
So today, Mr. Fu will share his tips about the photo judging, and he will give a lot of recommendation, suggestion about the photography tips. So audience are welcome to ask as many as possible any questions regarding the photography during his sharing. Okay.
Okay,
So
okay. Now this is the first slide. I think original the picture is also good, but sometimes the composition for my style my style I see close to the subject framing at least you can see more clear look like the Wengi eating the mandarin orange one and below that you can see the original photo and after the cropping photo you compare you more clear on your subject and at the back you can see so messy the thing if you want to eat the food you must think which is the subject you need to outstanding them if not the people won't be want to buy or eat lah for this two picture lah. Okay, David, next. Okay, this one also the original picture you can see for my style I can coping in two way. You can see can be the portrait or landscape view. The subject more outstanding for the small kid holding the I think the mandarin, and you can look uh, three different style lah, for the composition to framing to be more better outstanding the subject matter lah. Okay, next one.
Mr. Fu, sorry, before
Uh,
before proceed, okay.
okay,
Okay, I
how?
have a question. When you
Okay.
say cropping, do you mean that when we shoot the photo, during the photo shooting,
During for photo shooting should be framing directly. If
framing like this is your
yeah
recommendation,
yeah
or you
because
didn't mean after shooting we crop like this?
for me I directly shooting time already trim like that. Maybe
Okay.
I will take one is wide a bit, one is close up a bit, something like that. If in the environment sometimes too many subject, maybe I will take wide angle a bit. After that, I go back to choose which one the view I want. This a different way lah. Well, normally we hold the camera. If say we go to street photo, what we see, what we take direct to the subject. No need take too many I think to be disturbed for the the main subject. This is the point lah. If not, you go back, you still need to trimming or maybe you need to edit the angle different. That one is difficult lah because you one time you go out at least 100 or 200 or maybe 1,000 picture will come back. When you go to computer, you go to check and see time wow, your hard disk everything will be full house lah. For me,
true.
if try to strict to my subject, maybe one or two shot enough. If I take 10 also, I go back also only choose one only. No need to choose so many the same subject lah. At least good one or two enough. Okay. Any question more?
Yes, we have question from audience. So Edmund, you don't move the slide too fast because we got audience asking question. So we have a question from Auntie Evelyn Lam. She asked,
okay.
After cropping, the resolution will not be good to develop the pic. Am I right?
Okay. Cropping is picture is maybe the original the shooting time too wide angle when you cropping, sure, the resolution all will drop lah. If you use full frame, maybe different. If you use half frame, or maybe you use the 4/3 type of the digital camera, or you use the handphone, I think you'll be losing more the resolution lah. For the cropping is only thing is when you take the subject, you not conform which one you want to be more close up. That time is no choice, you must take wide a bit. If you got the aspiring more already, you directly, you no need to be go back to cropping. Directly when you shoot time, you can get your framing correctly. When you go back, no need crop already. You just maybe over a bit, do some Photoshop or level, contrast, shadow and highlight. I think should be more enough already. Okay. How, David?
Yeah, okay. This one, I think should answer the question. If got the new answer, a new question, I'll let you know. Okay, we proceed.
Okay, they can move. Okay, this one's the Apple for the 恭喜发财 for the original one. You can see before after. You'll be feeling one. Okay, the before you can see not so outstanding the Apple because too many subject disturb lah, because the same subject, but you only one is the main one to be more sharp and more clear, more outstanding compare with the original one more white lah, but you can't outstanding the one of them, the Apple compare this one lah. But this one is for my style lah, because different people different way lah. Okay, next one. Okay, this one also my style is strict to the subject. You can see the bird fighting lah. Okay, if you compare the tree disturb a bit. If after you trimming or when you shooting time already trimming is like that one. Your subject matter will be more outstanding, will be not disturbed for your left hand side the tree lah. You compare and see lah. Okay, the below one, you straightforward, you can see more clear, you can see the water drop and open the big mouth for the hummus. Okay. Okay. Next one. Okay, this one also same. Actually, I just show you the framing. Below that, actually, they got the dark place, got detail. But if you shadow and highlight more, will be come out. But this one look like the shadow it a bit, can see the highlight at the back, but you'll be disturbed a bit the dark place. For me, I will be coping a bit for the right side photo lah, to be more outstanding for the plant lah. Okay, next one. This one celebration. If you compare the up picture at the back, the red color lady at the back one will be more disturbed a bit for my eye first contact. Sure, I want to we go to the infant, the I think mother or daughter is the main subject lah. To be trimming a bit or directly you shoot time, you already is something like this composition. Okay. Below that the happy family like that lah, or sister one lah. If you compare when I trimming already, or maybe I shoot time already shoot like that, you can see at the back the all got pillar, white place already cut down, look like to be you see the red and the sister more outstanding a bit lah. Trim a bit already different what you see lah. Okay, next one. Okay, this one I think we start there. This one you can compare. If the first one is also good, but if you trim already or you shoot time already, portix wheel will be cut at the back. The got two lady to be sit down to be disturbed. If you cut already, tight already, okay, straightforward, your subject will be more outstanding. Okay, okay, next one. Okay, but actually, the original also nice wheel. If you can, when you shoot time, if your lens more enough, can until my trimming this viewing will be more clear. You see the bird, all the detail lah, and will be not disturbed by the at the back the reflection of the I think tree or plant lah. Okay, okay. Next one. Okay, you see before, after, and after more close up, you can different view. You see the from original because in the zoo you can't control the orangutan. You only shoot wherever you can. When you shoot the at least the finger put on the mouth time and the eye got something uh, different happy like that lah. If I trimming more close up for the last picture, would be more better than my second one. Trimming. This is my style, but if you can do be next time you try when you shoot, if say you lens enough long, close up any subject, straight to the I think good angle lah. Like that, you won't be go back. You need to coping. Okay. Next one.
Sorry, interrupt.
Ah,
Do you mean that when we shoot, we straight framing like that during the shooting?
yeah, you can swim like that. Because for me, if you say I use okay, it's 100, 400, or maybe 200, 500. I will go to zoo at least something like this type of land. Depend how far the subject. If some of them you got a more powerful lenses, maybe 600 or 800. Depend the zoo area lah, or maybe not the zoo, or maybe the Taman Negara lah. Okay, you will directly you try the zoom lens is more better than you use a fixed lens, but fixed lens quality is more better than a zoom lens. But sometimes you in the zoo time you can't use more fixed lens. Fixed lens is difficult to trimming like what you want to shoot time up. For me, I like more zoom lens, maybe 80 400 100 400. I think not so heavy. If you want use maybe say 150 to 600, or maybe heavy a bit, you need some monopod or tripod. I think it's be better you use it up of the lenses, and if can you use full frame if you want go back for trimming. If your lens just 70 200, sure you need use the full frame, you go back to trim. If you don't have the longer lens, no choice, you must go back to Photoshop trimming lah. If you got the choice, you got a full set of the lenses, at least until 400 to 500, I think should be directly what you see straight to the subject point. Can see the eye contact.
Oh,
yes?
sorry. We have a new question.
Okay.
Okay, from Auntie Evelyn Lam. She asked, can kit lens able to shoot straight to the face of the monkey?
Depend how far is it. Can shoot. Kit lens also can shoot. Last time I also used a kit lens and win the context also. If make sure your exposure, sharpness, everything is on correctly. If not, I don't think so you can do the good quality lah. Kit length, if say I use APS-C camera, digital camera, if you use full free SLR or mirrors also can. At least now the 50 to 250 if kit length normally kit length the 60 to 50 is a normal kit length. Longer kit length is 50 55 to 200 or 250 because you use half frame, you already need to times 1.5 or 1.6 depend what brand you using. If you can, you just make sure the subject not under the tree. If no lighting, you need to higher the ISO, but more higher ISO, your more noises will be come out on your photo this is my opinion. If you use the kit length, it's no problem. Only thing you must near the subject. Okay. How,
Alright.
David?
I think yeah. Okay, we can proceed.
Okay. I think flower. Okay. Actually, original. The composition also very nice already, but sometimes okay, we just want more near to see the flower more clear. Okay. Okay, you can do the portrait view, and one more is close up a bit the landscape view. Also can these three type of the view also can be acceptable. Depend what you want to be shown. First picture will be show the whole view. In middle you got the small lily or water lily, I think, flower with the reflection, and second one is got also reflection. The last one we don't want to see the reflection directly, we want to see the flower. Okay. Okay, thank you. Next one. Okay, this one Bokewela. Okay, Bokewela flower. Actually, this one original already closed up. They got the triangle wheel and tree flower. For my subject, I want flower to see more closer to the lump. Okay, and look like the small flower. Okay, you both also can. That's what you want. Depend if you use a micro lens, you'll be more near. You can show to the. I think that this small subject maybe can see more detail. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Any question?
Okay, I think so far I didn't see any question. Edmund, do you see any question?
Not from my side.
Okay, I think
No other questions.
I think just now I see the question from from Ho Hing Choi.
Hmm.
He asked that must the ratio always be 4:3?
What
4
ratio?
by 2. 4 to 3 square, near to square.
4:5 is it?
Ratio.
Okay, actually, you say 3:2 or 4:5 also is maybe 1:1 or is last time we got the half frame, full frame, maybe is a medium format, and also the big format also have. This is when you cut the photo, is depend how you shoot time, your subject, the viewing is different, you'll be trimming will be different, and you shooting the composition also different. For you just now ask for the 3x2 or 4x5. 4x5 is square lah. Last time is used for the maybe 645 or so, same lah. Is medium format style. I don't know what they want to ask lah, but I can let you know is picture square is more on people photo. If for the longer bit, I think landscape for scenery or wherever the panorama view is more suitable. Depend what picture you should be see time, then you can take different way lah. Okay. I think David, I think I'm talk about for the just for the photograph lah. For the I think you can go back to the flower or wherever the first one lah. I
the
just thought
flower.
about.
Okay.
No, not the flower. The
Previous
winning
flower.
winning photo.
Winning photo. Flower category.
No, the March one, the first one. The fruit, no, the only the best one, the all five
All together.
all
Short
together
list.
one. Okay. Actually, you can see the five photo. Actually, still can try to improve the situation. Sometimes the situation the too over. Mainly is a red color. Red color, if you too over situation, the red can't see the detail. Okay. This one maybe can more to check when you in the maybe Photoshop or whatever software, when you can do the situation low a bit lah. If not, the picture will be too contrast already. Too high color contrast lah. Okay. And okay, next one for the black and white. Okay, actually black and white, I think mainly you want to show the architectures more on the line. More need to use the angle, not so low, not so high. You try to be not distort the building. And also if say you're under the architecture, the theme lah, you should not let the building distort until look like the down, look up the top like that. The building look like want to drop. This is the problem, and should not have the people. Normally the because if you free and easy maybe can lah. Okay, and the black and white time you need to show the tone. The tone inside not only black or white, you also got gray, light gray, maybe dark gray, or the white gray or whatever lah. Got few tone lah. You try to more out something and should have the contrast. Not so now don't have any detail to show, because the contrast come out, the detail or the architecture, the line you can see more better. And if can not do the look like the black inside also you can see the detail. White inside also can see a little bit detail. Like that the photograph came out, the black and white will be more better photograph you are showing to the maybe for context or maybe personal use lah. Okay. This one try to improve the tone and try to take the architecture picture to be used longer length a bit. Try avoid, if no choice, you just need the support white better than you use the fisheye. Fisheye, were not suitable for architecture photo lah. Okay, I think the next one. The April. Okay, for the Zunigala one, okay, if I see white tiger one is all the detail straightforward to the subject. This is me, I most likely if you can edit a bit the look, the contrast for the tiger face a little bit bright, and the eye place will be more better. The background dim a bit is when you use the aperture and speed to control, or maybe your lenses. Use the bigger aperture to be blur more at the back the subject. These were more outstanding photo, or maybe you can try next time for the reflection, for the different angle. This for the animal, and the bird just now I already show you. If trained already, maybe the photo will be more better. Okay, and actually you think in zoo, you want to show the environment more natural, you try to find the angle, and also you need to control your metering. Sometimes it's backlight, and also zoo, inside the zoo, I think they won't be allowed you to using flash for shooting. You can use your metering, maybe use the smart metering to adjust, let your subject come out. Or maybe you can use your raw file. When you're coming back to your home, you can use the software to edit the subject, show the animal face, or maybe the body, the details came out. Okay, next one. Okay, actually flower and flora, I think in the garden. Okay, I think because flower, I think everybody can take the flower and scene lah. Because this one they are say the botanical garden. You can see the environment. The environment show the flora, flower came out, and also sometimes you see the highlight. You try to backlight a bit. You show your highlight. You show outstanding your subject. Flower more 3D or plant more 3D, and you try to find some angle. Don't want at the back got so many white spot one. Try to avoid if not to be disturb your subject. But sometimes if can't do anything, you can go back to your pro shop, can just darken or shading a bit. It's okay, but don't overdone. Okay, next one. May 1. Okay, Hari Raya celebration. Actually, Hari Raya celebration is for it means celebration is need people and need to be feeling this is a happy occasion. You need more people to show the crowd, and also need to be, I think, do some shadow and highlight to let the dark place more light a bit, not too dark, but anger is something like that, but you can improve is or the more on the people face. Try to let the people face not so dark, if not to be the subject will be too dark, kind of outstanding. Okay, next one. Okay, visa celebration. Okay. This one also the same lah. We need to see the subject happy and people and the crowd also same lah. And the angle to show the environment, the visa day moment, people, the celebration time. Mostly the I think candlelight one you can see the cloud and see the background. If really, if for me I can trim a bit, I don't want to see the background, the sky too empty, straightforward to the people. Okay, maybe this one is can be show more outstanding to the subject lah. And the I think it's like that lah. Go to the I think mostly is focus and also the subject need to more improve for the sharpness. If you take this type of the photo, only you want to show your front subject, you need to use the bigger picture lens. If you need to show the crowd, you need to use the small aperture and the wide angle. Depend what style you want to show your subject to be good view lah. Okay. David, okay? Any question?
Yeah, let me check. Okay, so far no question.
Okay. Okay, no question. It's okay lah. Like that.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
So,
you.
thank you, Mr. Fu, to be with us.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
To do the tip sharing. We learned a lot today.
No lah, just share only lah.
Okay, so Edmund.
Yeah, okay. So I'm sure that now our members have learned a lot from Mr. Fu. So we thank you very much to Mr. Fu for sharing all the tips and secrets on how he judges photos and how we should maybe recompose or shoot and edit
Yeah,
better.
mainly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mainly to the subject.
Try to framing compose
When you
during
shooting
the
time.
shooting. Yeah.
Yeah, to better fit the team and also
Yeah. You must know what team you want to take. To follow the
Excuse me.
team to get.
I just want to highlight the Botanic Garden, the flower, the theme actually already changed to Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a reminder. And then Mr. Fu, I just a question, how you select the best photo among the team?
Best photo depends you got how many photo inside, and we only see what inside. We just choose for my opinion, I like this type of the picture, I would choose this one. And also you need to see your picture, is it show your subject more outstanding, and first my eye contact, I see your picture, the subject and the contrast in way. It's just now I saw the problem of some of the photo, why I didn't choose, or maybe I already chose. Also, it's a good photograph, but if for my style, I will be use maybe I trim like that. Maybe when I shoot it's like that. Is it more better? Won't be got the maybe got the dustbin at the back, or maybe people at the back to be disturb my in front subject. If all the subject got background is very important to outstanding your subject. And also if your celebration different, celebration one, you need people more, everything must be sharp, everything you be must clear. Only in front the people or maybe the subject is color contrast, or maybe you're wearing the red or maybe wearing yellow, you'll be see a little bit different for the background. But you're showing whole view, all is sharp. But your subject won't be disturbed. Also the good point for me to choose. And you need to do some exposure, aperture, and the speed is the most important. If you speed too low, your subject will be shaky. But environment, you need to higher your ISO. If you use wide angle, you got 2.8. Okay, but the good lens, I don't need to use so high the ISO, but also I can outstanding my subject. And one more thing, you must conform your environment if you can use the flash. Fresh, you use the flash, you can outstanding your subject more. If just now you take maybe the tiger, okay, white tiger. White tiger, I don't think so. You can use flash the environment. If you use flash, I think maybe the zoo people will disturb you. And this one you only can go back to your Photoshop. You can do some outstanding the detail a bit lah. Maybe the contrast and the level, whatever lah. A little bit. For me, you can use the highlight and shadow also can lah. But not too overdone. And lastly, is you must got planning. You want to shoot your subject, you need to plan what the gear the camera, the gear, or maybe tripod you need to bring. If you go to a place, if say I go to zoo, I forgot to bring my 100, 400. I just got 70, 200. Like that I go, is it if I got the full frame or I got the half frame? If got a half frame, I still can take a bit. If you got full frame, you need go back to do some trimming or maybe the framing lah. Okay, but if you never plan to shoot your subject, I don't think so. You will be get the good photo lah. This is at least you must get this type of the way you planning what you shoot, what you want to shoot, and close contact to the subject. Not let the background disturb to your subject. This is my way to choose the photograph the first way and also the color. Look like if say you wear the red color and someone you wear the maybe the brown color, you think which one I can see first? So it's a red one, or maybe yellow, maybe the blue. If you use the color down color, I will only you can do is do the black white. If the more enough contrast color, you can use find your subject is a more outstanding one. Color you should be get the good result. Okay, ready?
Sorry,
Oh,
Mr. Fu.
Ah.
I got one question
yeah,
to ask.
ready.
Okay, just now you're talking about like zoo animal, especially the is it advisable you push high the ISO? If let's say because we can't use the flash.
Yeah, should be.
Should be lah.
Sometimes the animal will be not standing still like that to let you take.
Especially
they walk like that. And the movement if your speed if you 60 or maybe use below 500. I think so. If you catch a bird fly or maybe catch a bird doing something action you below 1,000 I think to be shaky a bit.
Yeah. Okay.
For my opinion I've been so many times the zoo but not in KL in the I think the Taiping Zoo something like that near my place you try to be ISO. You must know your camera. Your camera ISO until where will be more noises. If you ISO to 6,400 already noise. Like that you try to use 3,400. The way is like that. You must know your camera. If you use the top camera, I think you use 128,000 also no problem. For my opinion, sometimes if Nikon D series the top model, Canon also a 1D like that, Sony A9 something like that lah. You ISO normally I go lah at least 1,600, 2,000 or sometimes 4,000 ISO or maybe 6,400. Depend the what time you go inside to the zoo, and you must see the I think the sun, the lighting. If you 12 p.m. the light already on the top. The time you take the animal whatever very difficult. If you don't have anything to feel like I don't think so you can take the nice picture lah. I think best way is you must know the zoom angle and what subject you want to shoot. If you know the subject, you know the time, the light will be go to this way, will be easy you to shoot the bird or shoot the we call maybe the tiger whatever lah. This is the planning lah. Planning also very good for your to do nice photo. Okay, Kenny?
All right. Thank you.
Any question more?
No to me.
I think the tiger, the best photos is belong to Kenny Fu.
Yeah, that's why I asked.
Can you explain why you shoot this photo? Because the charger really like this photo.
How do I shoot?
Yeah, why you shoot this photo and then
because of white tigers that you need. We can't see any where you can see the white tiger. And suddenly the white tiger just come close to me. So that's why I take opportunity to take this. And also they have a contrast because white and the background, even the pond is dark. So you have a contrast.
Yeah, correct.
You have contrast. Even their skin also have contrast. You can see their tiger.
I can see the detail.
Especially the only thing that because of tiger, the eyes is blue. That's why this one I should to maybe to increase the what they call the blue color
brightness,
especially the eyes.
A little bit dark lah.
A bit dark, right? Yeah.
But if you too white also cannot.
Yeah.
If you want to dark the background.
Oh, dark the background. Okay.
A little bit. You try to avoid see the line.
See the line.
If you see the line, look like not in the natural background.
Oh, okay.
You try to look like the natural place. Look like not in the zoo to take one. Like that, your photo will be more better.
Like bring you to the studio lah.
Not studio. Look like you go to WOW.
Oh, go to WOW. Okay.
Wow,
you should you have shown the background, right? Actually. At least you know where. Yeah.
No, actually, background no need to say need to be the got two contrast color. You can one color or one background is maybe say glass. Whole thing is glass.
Okay.
But you have the tone. Look like not to say in the studio. If studio you can bring the white tiger very good. Okay, Eddie.
All right, thank you.
For some question, because I just wondering the best photo and the photographer what they think. I seen Everlow in the forum. I just want to ask, since the Everlow been choose few photo the best photo. Mr. Albert, can you just tell us why you shoot the photo? I think you got the Hari Raya celebration and the architecture is the winning photo. Can you explain how why you shoot this type of photo?
These are the type of photos that I normally shoot because I travel a lot. the Hari Raya one shot in Surabaya during Hari Raya lah. And then the architecture also shot in Indonesia, in Padang. There's the Minangkabau type of architecture. But actually, my advice for Pspj members is to submit photos, you know. You look at our submission, only a handful of people submit. I always encourage people to submit photos. I don't know why they don't want to submit lah. Sometimes we go outing about 30, 40 packs. The most 10 packs only submit, you know. I really don't know why. Maybe there's no prize money or whatever, I don't know lah. Because when money is concerned, a lot of people will want to submit. But for me, I just want to support the society to make the activities of our society like better response, you know. If not, outsiders will see our society like is a half-dead type of society, you know, with very few activities, no people respond. Is it especially the recent one, the Hari Raya and the Vesak, only I think the most 3 or 4 persons submitted. I mean, I'm sure everybody has photos of Vesak or Hari Raya. Maybe Hari Raya less lah, but Vesak normally they go out and shoot. I go out and shoot Vesak every year one. So my advice is submit. Winning or not winning is another matter lah, you know. To support the club. As a team player, we must support the club. So when people see our club, wow, this is a very active club, you know, then more people will join us. You see?
Yeah, I think maybe now public more concerned of the number increasing of MCO cases, the pandemic cases.
Yeah, all the more we stay at home, we just dig from our hard disk. That's not a problem, right? I mean, a lot of people work from home. Work from home already. Then we have all the time at home. Let's dig from our hard disk and submit lah. You know, I don't know why lah. But from my experience in Pspj 20 years, if there's a prize money, a lot of submission. No prize money, people don't bother. You know, this type of attitude must change, you see. It's photography. We must support photography. We are all like-minded people. Like every year, I man the booth of Pspj during KLPF. Some members from Mendaka, even one member from Penang, he said, I just want to support photography and keep photography alive. I just joined, you see. And they never attend meeting, never attend outing one. They just support photography. I mean, that is the type of spirit we need among our photographers lah. Not so much about the monetary type of return, you see.
Okay. Thank you, Albert, for your sharing.
Most important thing is submission. Like, even though like I personally don't buy 4 numbers digit, my friends used to tell me, you don't buy, you will never win. I say, I don't know how to gamble. It's something like that. Like, you don't submit, you will never know. You see? Maybe like today, Mr. Fusaibun choose your photo, you will never know. Like if let's say I can notice Mr. Thomas Poon is a black and white photographer. If you submit black and white, your chances very high, you know, if Thomas Poon is the judge. I can see from his his previous judging. He always look at black and white one. You will never know one who's the judge. You don't know. So just submit, support the club. Of course, you must know the basic of photography lah. Like just now, Mr. Fusai won't give the tips to have better photograph. Most important thing is submit lah.
Actually, for our photography, our club contest is actually an exercise for the members how to participate in the contest, whereby they can learn something from there, or like we have invited guests like Mr. Fu, give some tips and suggestions so we can improve from our submitted photos. And if you will join the contest frequently, you are more familiar with the contest, and you can join other contests without without any doubt in your heart. And we can like make it like normal to us, to ourselves. So when we join other contests, we have more confidence. This is my thought.
Yeah, exactly. The more you shoot, the more you practice. In photography, my advice is to others practice, practice, and more practice. It's not so much about your gears so much about your lenses you know. If you don't practice, you won't improve. I mean,
Yeah, correct.
correct.
So true.
Yeah, but I think also for if you use the lens kit camera, maybe a 2000, 3000 like that, a small one. If you know all the features, you know how to use inside the aperture speed to control. I think you also can win an award.
Yeah, exactly.
Depend. You just now you say, if I get the top model body, but I don't know how to use.
Yeah, exactly.
Same way lah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Should be more practice. This the first step. Okay.
If you have a expensive body if you own a A9 or a Leica and then you keep at home no point. Is it?
Yeah, correct. Must go to shoot.
Yeah, must go and shoot. The
If
more you
cannot
shoot,
go out,
the more you learn.
Cannot go out, take inside your nearby one. Maybe your house also got so many things. Maybe you got more model kit. You can fighting fish, or maybe you say you like to take the micro one. Use the something you can shoot lah.
Yeah, that's
Micro
why.
lens, so you got one.
The reason why I'm taking.
Just like Kenny Kenny.
Yeah.
He
That's
shoot
why
around the house.
That's why I take up the micro, because of I want to thank to MCO also lah. Let me stay at home and I can opportunity to take some photo micro lah. Whatever I find actually more in details the next IBB I want to take some Flora lah. Because I have any
I think actually same lah. Same. Both
yeah,
same
thing same technique, right?
thing.
Same technique, right?
Almost the same technique.
But I think the Flora don't need a fresh gun, right?
You can use fresh gun, you can without also can. Depend the weather. Depend the lighting.
Okay.
Actually, you use a diffuser to take the flower also can.
Can. Oh.
No problem.
Okay.
But the flower is a small type of flower lah. If you use for the bigger flower one, sure the diffuser more disturb lah. And also you need some distance. That time you cannot use the flash. Maybe you just to be diffuse lah. You can use flash also, but you can use bound your flash. Just feel the light to the subject. I think no problem. Flora, I think very easy lah. You nearby, if you got people to plant it, you can try to take. The main point is the lighting. You must find the good lighting. Depend you want the backlight or you want the front light, and also you want to feel fresh or without fresh. You can try and see.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Eddie.
Yes. Eddie cannot hear you. Unmute.
if you want to discuss, so many, so need a lot of time to discuss. Our time is, I think, running off already.
Yeah, too
Okay,
many
should be no problem.
interesting subject.
Yeah, I think you, Mr. Fu, I think you got a lot photography skill. Haven't show out. So next time we need to arrange more physical to show. But you are too far. And then I knew you won a lot of prizes or a lot of award. And lately, what you get the award?
PSA lah, PSA, my 5-star and 4-star award lah. I think we'll be.
No, you PSA. You must tell them stand for what, PSA. We only know Pspj only. What?
This one's America lah. Photography Association, or is it America? Society of America. This one is a bigger society lah. They got the serial photography lah. Because this one is my 01671 in 8 time and 9 lah. I will be around the world to try my serial photography lah. And I accredited my acceptance lah to get my star reading lah. And also this one, to no money one. You need to pay the entry fees, and you need to show your good photo to present you from which country. If me is Malaysia, I to try my best to get more, maybe say the acceptance and maybe the award. Maybe just now you see my Facebook last time. I can get some good award, not like the gold, silver, bronze medal, or maybe the best of show, something like that lah. But that one is different lah. But for the PSA, this one, I get the star reading one, is accurate my how many acceptance. This one is more difficult, and you only one salon, one team, you only can get 4 photo. One photo is only can get 1 acceptance if the judges like your photo. If not, if they don't like, 0. You don't have any acceptance. Now I not yet to announce lah, but I already get the letter lah. I will get my PSA the next step lah, the EPSA lah, look like some my distinction lah. To get this one, you need 700 acceptance lah. And after that, if I want to go more further, to get my MPSA, to need 1,500 acceptance lah. This one must depend if you already check your list, you got 2-3 years to fight in the indigenous salon, should be no problem but I try my best I think Johor, you can go also the Sun Sing Leong, maybe the Patty Chu, New South Fong, maybe I got my some chairman Henry Wu, a few person already they also try. But this one to try to present Malaysian name lah. We also need to try my best lah. This one every day got new thing. Every day we try to learn. Now the travel and the nature subject team, they already trained. You cannot use the maybe posing for photograph. You must use the original. You cannot do some artificial photograph if they are not already disqualified. You must know the new rules. Something like that lah. Or maybe think 2018 I get more award lah. Maybe like we call the Golden Horse Award from the I think the international. This one is from China lah. China people to do. I get my award in Penang lah. Yeah, that's I think every year choosing the place different. Luckily, 2018 time in Penang, I get my Golden Horse Award and a few awards so lah. I think it's okay if you try your best, you try to enter more, you'll be got chance. Albert also can, Kenny also can. Everyone also can. If you got picture, you'll be trying to planning what photograph you want to present, and the individual level, the judges, what type of our country photo or maybe the overseas photo they are like, or you like my core one, you shoot the insect, you shoot the maybe frog or maybe snake, whatever lah. A bird also can, whatever lah. You can enter the nature team. See if Albert, they are you like to take more architecture or maybe more on scenery one. You can try the travel team or open color, or maybe you like more on monochrome. You can be monochrome team. This first thing, if you want to get the title, you need to join the member. Same like our Pspj. If we are the Pspj member, okay, when the decision program start, we can try to try the, I think, the decision program to test our level until where. If this year cannot, next year try. At least step by step, we try to learn, because every day got new thing. Also the photography now, any camera, any type of the style to take photo already different like our last time. Or already you can see on YouTube wherever many type best photographer in the world. So they are showing the new way to take photograph. We everything we need to learn. Okay.
Yeah.
Eddie, how? Albert, okay.
Yeah, thanks for the advice, Mr. Fu.
Mr. Fu, I just wondering your what golden horse award, the first prize you won. The sound like very easy to get.
Not the first prize. This one is they got the team. Look like you got top 10, top 20, top 30. Whole world people fight for this award. They are limited.
Wait first. Because it's the golden horse award is the ceremony in Penang. I just wondering how many country and how you know how many roughly how many country and then how many people participant.
No. Participant
because like you won
only the winning one.
You won the yeah you won the gold medal, right? Like very easy like that one.
No.
That's why I wondering is it just Malaysian or worldwide, or how many participants?
Worldwide,
is it
okay?
Yeah, roughly got 10,000 participants or what? Or how many country?
If okay, I now better like that. I think I no need to talk about the Golden Horse Award. I maybe I talk about the Austria, the Lambert, the International Salon. This one is a bigger I think exhibition in the world. Okay. I go for trial member for 2018 time. I get my Fed gold and their club silver. Just one team. I enter the Nature Open. Okay. Nature Open. Mine is the snake want to eat the frog. Small frog. Okay. This photo get me the 2 award. I think Malaysian in one photo get 2 award. What my friend say is, I think only me lah. That time now the latest I don't know, maybe got somebody more better lah. Okay. And then people to enter this salon only China people. 8,000 people. 8,000 people, one person can enter 4 picture. Already 32,000 picture. Not including Malaysia, Singapore, America, anywhere. I think you can see the more than 100,000 plus minus lah, maybe 80,000 photograph. just for one section. Open subject, open nature is a most difficult team to fight. Because this one, so many countries, whole world, you want to get about, I think the one section there got a field goal only. Not more than this one, 3-4 section, they got 12 goal only for this session. And silver and bronze different, 12 goal for 4 session. And then this, you just compare only China people, 8,000 more people, and 32,000 photograph. You want to fight with them, you get one award, not so easy. Percentage, you can count. The judges also see until the eye tired and also need to rest for a while. Also, just for a minute, they give you the point. The point is just already give you tips. Your photograph not outstanding, the color and contrast, they can't see. In the 3-minute time or maybe 1 or 2 minute time, they need to give the point. If the photograph not so what to say, contrast enough to bring me to see the photograph, I want to give this point, maybe 1 or 2 points. If I see, why different, maybe I give 5 points or 4 points. Depend your subject and the photograph, how the feeling the judges feel, the good enough to them to give more point is depend what subject. Is it the latest that time? But now cannot really, because your program already exposed. Everybody know it. If you still take the same way, say one eat the frog, people already take too many already. Now you still copy and paste, but different program, but different stick, different frog. But you want to win, late already. If the judges already see this type, cannot be lah. Maybe you change other style lah. Want to maybe do something different. For compare lah. You see people, how many people want to enter and get the award, and I use almost 10,000 to fly to the Austria to get this award, and also walk around lah, to see the first time, never been the Europe lah. I walk around the Budapest, whatever, see around what's the different people, environment. You cannot simply use your camera to shoot the people lah. You only can shoot architecture. If you shoot the people, they see, they will zoom you. You don't know how to be locked out or locked down. Okay, ready? How?
All right.
Ken?
Okay, good. Go for sharing.
Okay,
I think
I think
we
time's run out.
yeah.
Okay.
I think we reached
I
the
think
end
Zeke,
of the session.
Yeah, I think we have reached the end of the session. Due to time constraints, we'll end this soon. Thank you, Mr. Fu.
thank you,
It's
thank
a
you.
very knowledgeable sharing. We hope to have you coming here more often in the future for more sharings. Thank you very much. And
Thank you, Fu.
Okay, thank you, Jen.
Thank you,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Albert,
Thank
yeah,
you.
so
Correct.
I
All
think
the-
David,
we'll end the session.
Simon.
Yes.
Thank you,
Okay.
Mr. Fu.
Thank you.
And thanks
Thank
to all the
you.
speakers today.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll end the session. Right. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.